Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the show. And today we're going to step into a topic that a lot of people, you understand, they feel it, but very few people are willing to say it out loud. But we're talking about these control mechanisms. Not all women control their husband. Not all women control their husband, but some do. And I know a whole lot of them do. And not all men are passive, but some have learned to sink themselves just to keep the peace. And this subject is something that I observe. It's almost like the women are running the house. This episode is not about blaming women or shaming men. I just need you to understand it. It's about understanding the dynamic that quickly shape marriage and families and even the entire community. We're going to look at how it really started, how this control mechanism began to start. Because control started as control. Control started as control. It stands as fear. It also stands as insecurity. And it's also a survival. But if you don't name it, we can't change it. I'm speaking out for a lot of my brothers out there that have these controlling wives, have them boys under total check. And according to their boys, this boy is, we call it P-whooped. He can't do anything. He got to get permission to go to the bathroom by this controlling woman. She have him in check. And everybody on the outside know. But let's talk about the root, how it really started to control these guys. Control is almost always a response to something deeper. It's something deeper that causes this control. And we're going to dive, and one of the things is about the fear of instability. The fear of instability. The fear of abandonment. The fear of being hurt again. Fear that you don't take charges. So these are some of the things that we can talk about. Everything will fall apart if you allow this control start controlling you. Some women grew up. They grew up watching their mothers run the entire household. Some watched their father disappear emotionally. Some learned earlier that the only way to feel safe is to be in charge. Now, I'm going to get into some technical things. And when I say I got a lot of my boys out here, the wives control them. Ain't nothing wrong with equal control. And sometimes, let's be honest, the man has been inconsistent. He's been passive or unreliable. Follow the story. And she stepped in to protect the home. Control become a survival strategy. So let me get off this subject for a minute. When you allow a woman to control what you eat, how you eat, what time to go to bed, what time to wake up, do as I say, not as I do, you are whipped. You can't even have friends around because you are being controlled by this woman. And her ideology, you do as I say, not as I do. Now, I want you to look at the dynamic. Real world examples. This is examples of control. And when we look at this, we're looking at the cause and the effect. When she's upset, listen what I'm saying. She shuts down. When she's upset, she shuts down. There are no affection, boy. So you might as well take your horny ass somewhere else. No conversation. I don't have nothing to say. She just silent. Guilt and tension start building up. He learned to avoid conflict at all costs. He become a peacemaker instead of a partner. She's upset. She don't want to answer questions. There is nothing there. So by you feeling insecure with yourself, you give in to this kind of gig. You dig? Instead of being a partner, you become a slave. So I'm not saying that to hurt anybody's feeling. And another example is social control. This is how these women control these men. You stay your ass home, you go to work, you come home, bring me the paycheck, and you do what I say. And plus, I got a lot of things. I can go out and do anything I want, but you better stay at home. And don't you start listening to this outside world. And you being manipulated, you being controlled by this person. Now, when I say social control, I want you to listen to this. And I want you to process this. I don't want you to hear what I'm saying. I need you to listen. She decided who he can hang out with. You understand that? I don't want you to hang out with him. He's no good. I don't want you to hang out with him. How long the boy can stay out? You go out to the park, bring your ass home, and what considered disrespectful? I'm telling you, I'm witnessing it every day. But the rule only goes one way. That controlling woman. Do as I say, not as I can do. I can do whatever I feel like doing, and don't you start questioning me about what's going on. So he started living a monitor life instead of a shared life. He been monitored. Everything the boy do, everywhere he go, she got him controlled. That's her little puppy. And I'm going to tell you this right now, boys. You're not a man if you let a woman control your house. Every time there is a decision, the woman is the dominant. She's the dominator. She decides who you can hang out with. So I done talked about that. When I say decision, every decision, whether they big or small, they goes through her. Don't you do shit unless you come through me. Do you understand me, boy? Vacation, parenting, and purchases. She's going to make all the decisions as to when you can go, where you can go, how you can go, and even how he dresses. She don't want him to dress up. Do what I say, boy. I want to get my nails done. I want to look good. He become a passenger in his own wedding, in his own marriage. I blame you, boy, because when you're out there trying to impress a woman, when you first meet her, you giving her everything, anything she's asked for. You develop that. You satisfying her needs or wants. So you need to be, and when I talk about public critics, do you want to talk about this? Public critic? She criticized him in front of all his peers. She embarrassed him in front of his peers and everybody around know who's in control. She corrects him in front of people. That's manipulation. That is control. She jokes about the boy. She embarrassed him. It normalizes humor, but it's really a power player. It looked like it's a joke, but we know who's in control. This woman is controlling this man. He's a slave in his own house. He started it, and now he can't do. It's out of control. And so, it's how men respond. That's one thing that I want to talk about. Men respond to control. They got three ways they respond to control. But I want to. They can fight it, which leads to constant conflicts. The other one, they submit to it, which leads to resentment and emotional shutdown. You see how the game being played? And the third one, they escape it mentally, emotionally, and physically. None of these create a healthy marriage when you manipulate it by a controlling woman. Do as I say, boy, not as I do. Set your ass down in the corner, and if some of your friends come over, tell them you're not available. But she can go out and stay out all night. But she knows she have you in check. She controls every move you make. And this one thing that you men need to understand, how do you restore balance? Here's the truth, brother. If you want to restore an equal play, it ain't about you, the woman, you control me. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. The relationship works best when both voices matter. When only her voice matters, that is the commonest way of looking at life. Do as I say, not as I do. To break the cycle, man, you got to be able to communicate without fear. Did you hear what I said? Or did you listen to what I just said? I mean, you share decision making together, not just let her make all the decision. Where you can go, when you can go, and how you should go. No, you got to be able to sit down and set boundaries around emotional manipulation and build trust through consistency. It may be hard for a person that has been inherited this type of behavior. Seek counseling when patterns run deep. You got to understand something, and most people don't understand this, and I want you to please understand. Control doesn't disappear by force. It dissolves when both people feel safe, respect, and hear the dialogue. So I say that in order to say this. At the end of the day, control is a symptom. It is a symptom that is not the root, it's the system. Behind every control behavior is a story. Behind every passive response is a wound. You must understand a healthy marriage aren't built on dominance or silence, but resilience. They're built on a partnership. And I want you to understand in this episode, make you uncomfortable, good. Growth always starts with being uncomfortable. I want you all to please understand something. When you live in a toxic environment, you're never going to be happy. You're going to always live under fear, whether it be by the woman or by the man. What you start with is what you may end up with. It's not how you start, it's how you end. As I said, a lot of this stuff comes from generational. Your grandmothers and your mothers done taught these girls how to control their man. You control them by in the bedroom, or you control them by his stomach. You cook, you feed him. The best way through a man's heart is through his stomach. I'm going to say this to all men out there. If you're going to be a man, are you looking for this woman to protect you, or are you going to protect your own house? Or is she going to tell you what to do? You must got to read your Bible. The man is the head of the household, not the woman. But these women have found a way how to get into the man's head. They give him the silent treatment. They don't want to talk to him. They become distant from him. That's in order to manipulate you. You give me what I want, but don't touch me. I'm not in no mood for you tonight. And so go ahead and lay your ass on the sofa. So that is a controlling. She know that she got you in check. It start with little small things. It's like starting a fire. It started out as little smoke, then it blows up into out of control fire. This is the way that you got to look at what you started with this woman, what you allow her to do. She's not doing no more than you allow her to do. But anytime your friends come over, you can't have friends over. You can't go out. If you go somewhere, it got to be 10 minutes. Now, it got a lot of women. Now, I'm not going to say it in a bad way. You want to give your husband a salary. Ain't no damn way that I'm going to go out there and work all week long, 40 hours a week. You sitting at home doing your makeup and doing every damn thing you want. I'm going to bring my check home. I'm going to give it to you. And you're going to put me on a salary. And then you want to know where all the money going to. You give me a $30 a week salary, that's in order for me to buy the gas for the car. And if I find out you have a little change left over, I want it. That is control. You allow that to come into your life. I don't feel sorry for a lot of my friends out there. You started that fire, you got to be the one that put it out. And sometimes the blaze done got too high. You got to call in for the fire department to help you put it out. Do not allow a woman to manipulate you in the bedroom. She know that she have you in control. If she don't get what I say, or when you in the mood, she not in the mood, and she's seeing how you're going to respond to it. You all this soft talk. A woman know how to get inside of your head. Now, my question is to you, men's out there, when you're going to start growing some? We know that you pee-whooped, they call it. How do you resolve it? By communicating, and let's have a balanced relationship. It's not all about you. Man, you got to take control of your house, because it looks to me like that woman controlling you. You can't have money in your pocket. I mean, you can't have friends over. She plans all the trips. You just bring the money home and let me call the shots. You understand me, boy? That's what they're telling you. You are a slave in your own house. I'm going to say this to you. If you not a man, if you can't control your house and protect your house, the woman's job is not to protect the house, protect the kids. Been a pleasure. Well, it's a privilege. So I hope you share this, because men, you need to wake up. Today, these women are controlling you, your boys. They plan trips. Y'all boys stay your ass home. They do everything they want to. And you better watch these women's trips, boy. That's when they know they got you controlled. It's not all women the same, but you're looking at who's in control and who's not in control. Hey, boy, let me ask you this. Are you pee-whooped? If you are, get unstuck. Been a plum pleasing pleasure, well as a privilege, for me to be able to discuss this. And I hope your men grow up. I hope you have a balanced relationship and not allow this woman to control you, boy. So until next time, may God bless you and keep you. Say your prayers, boy. You understand what I'm saying?